On the first day of creation, the sun and the moon and the earth were one luminous body shining in the darkness. It was the ruler of the day, through which all the songs of creation could be manifested. There was also the ruler of the night, which had its own purpose. Through the sleepy consciousness of night, the earth could hear all the songs of creation, and over the coming days manifest them as the mineral kingdom, the watery world, and the airy atmosphere. By the third day of creation, the earth was a spherical form, covered in a luminous sea, from which emerged a great granite continent, out of which sprung living life. Plants thrived in the radiant, warm atmosphere of the earth. And on the fourth night of creation, the Creator spoke once more. Let us organize the lights in the grand expanse of the heavens, and divide the day and the night, and give signs and seasons for the new earth. And upon the waking of the fourth day, the light of the earth, like a cloud, began to dissipate into space and recoalesce around a new center of gravity. It began to cluster into a ball of fire, growing brighter and brighter, and stronger and stronger. It became so massive and hot that it is what we now know today as our sun. It became so strong at that time that it literally tore a fourth of the earth apart, forming a new body that orbited the earth that we know today as our moon. And therefore, on the fourth day of creation, the sun and the moon and the earth became three distinct bodies, as if they were the spirit, soul, and body of man. They, for the first time upon the earth, the day and night were divided. And during the daytime, the earth could now view the blue sky above. And during the night, the curtains of light were pulled back, and the earth could view into all the starry heavens above. The moon questioned the Creator. Why must we be separated? Why cannot the heaven and earth be a compound in one? The Creator said, why, all things must have their opposites. To know, you must know cold to know more warmth. You must know the darkness to know the light. You must know sadness to know happiness. You must know the earth in order to see and understand all the constellations of the starry heavens above. Oh, but I have noticed, the moon said, that you have made the heavens much more brilliant than the earth, and you have made the light more powerful than the darkness, and water stronger than fire. Surely in your wisdom you shall make me greater than the sun. How conceited of you, the Creator said, to think of your own personal glorification. For this vanity you shall only retain 1/60th of your light. But why, the moon said, must I be punished for the same thing that you have done with your other creations? All things have their purpose, whether it's the light or the darkness. For example, the sun shall be the ruler of the day in the sky, and you shall be the ruler of the night in the seas, which has a very important mission. And if you are too bright and brilliant, you shall not be able to fulfill that mission. Oh, how much brighter will the sun be then? Be not ignorant of your own gifts, the Creator emphasized. Be content with your own light. For whatever envy you hold in your heart, the sun shall only be 7-fold brighter. But the moon could not refrain from her envy swelling up in her heart. And what she didn't realize is how much influence she had over the seas. The seas also began to swell and to exceed the sandy boundary lines that the Creator had established. It began to crash upon the rocky continents, tearing the plants and ripping them out of the soils that they had so patiently made. But the moon began to hear the angels from the stars sing in the heavens above. And the moon gazed out into the starry heavens, and for the first time could see and understand all the constellations. And she realized what a special gift and a responsibility it was to be the ruler of the night. She let go of her envy, and the seas receded like a slippery worm down its hole. And all became calm and peaceful once again. And when the Creator could see that the moon had settled into her rhythmic roll, orbiting the earth peacefully, he turned his attention to the sun. Now the sun was growing and massive, and it was getting stronger and stronger, so much so that it was about to absorb the earth and the moon and all the planets into itself, so that the day would be but a flash of light. This, of course, would not do for mortal life, and so the Creator sought to establish a more suitable schedule for the sun. He set the sun upon a sedan golden throne and placed a garland crown upon its head as the new ruler of the day. And he commissioned 96 angels to carry the sun over an extended 12-hour period, 8 angels per hour for 12 hours. And he also organized a choir of 365 angels to sing songs of truth and beauty and goodness, to calm and entertain the sun, so that its zeal was toned down and its energy would slow its pace to a reasonable time. Well, upon the sun's first departure on his new golden throne, he took his crown off his head and he handed it to the Creator and said, "Please spare me this journey. I do not wish to be the ruler of the day. By doing so, all the wickedness, corruption, and sorrow and death of the world will be forced upon my view. It will cause me much sorrow and pain, until eventually it will have such an enfeebling effect upon me that I will sink below the horizon in a sphere of blood." The Creator said to the sun, "Yes, being the ruler of the day, by being the ruler of the day, you shall be required to carry much burden upon your shoulders, as a parent carries the burden of a wayward child. But if you are willing to make this sacrifice, I promise that I will raise you every morning with the voice of the angels." And with this guarantee, the sun was hopeful. He put his garland crown back upon his head and requested that the 8 angels would begin carrying him up into the sky. 4 angels in front and 4 angels in the back began to elevate the sun up over the eastern horizon. Its rays of light spread out over the earth, and the voices of the angels could be heard singing beautiful songs. And the Creator was in awe. Beautiful, perfect amount of light and warmth for the plants to grow. Now the plants no longer could obtain their sustenance from the earth's own light and warmth, but now was dependent upon the new ruler of the day, the sun. And so every morning, the plants, waking up from their nightly sleep, are overjoyed. And when they hear the voices of the angels, they flutter and their limbs bend and sing in unison with love and thanks for all the light and strength of the sun. Now, by noon, however, the angelic choir brought a concern to the Creator. And they said, "Creator, we cannot be constantly policing the sun's zeal and energy for eternity without rest, without some kind of reprieve. Eventually, our voices will reach a breaking point and we'll tire, and then all will be in chaos." "This is true," the Creator said, "and that is why I have established the seasons. Just as the day and night are now divided, and you can see into the starry heavens at night, upon the day you will be able to witness the 4 seasons. And as you now can study and understand the mysteries of the heavens, by studying the seasons you shall understand the earth." During the summer season, all 165 of you shall sing your songs. And with this entertainment, the sun will slow its pace down, making the days longer and the nights shorter, giving the most amount of warmth and light for all the plants to grow. But in the winter season, half of you will rest. And you, the earth, because the sun's zealousness will increase, its pace will also go faster, shortening the days down and making the nights longer. The earth will grow cold and hard. But those winter angels who continue their singing during the winter months will be able to rest in either the spring or the autumn. Those returning to their singing in the springtime will carry all the fresh water to restore the lakes, the rivers, and the streams and springs, so that there is an abundance of water for life to carry on through all the hot summer months. And also, those angels from the summer that will rest in the autumn season will carry the warmth of the sun down into the depths of the earth and into the roots of the plants to prepare for the long winter cold. And therefore the sun's course shall be one eternal circuit of uninterrupted angelic singing in all their appropriate times and in their appropriate seasons. And if at any point I should desire that they pause their motions, all I must do as the conductor request that the angels end their singing, and all will become still. At one point, all beings, not only the plants, will be able to hear the angels sing, and I shall lead all in a great choir of truth and goodness and beauty. The Creator watched over all that he had organized in the heavens above. He watched the sun and the moon and all the planets and all the stars in the grand expanse of the heavens. And he watched the seasons unfold on the earth, and he was pleased that all had conformed to his plan of creation. From evening to morning, Adam and Eve named night, and from morning to evening, they named day, this being the fourth night and day that they had numbered. The Fourth Day of Creation by Stephen M. Cook. The sun with loving light makes bright for me each day. The soul with spirit power gives strength unto my limbs. In sunlight shining clear, I revere, O God, the strength of humankind, which thou so graciously has planted in my soul, that I with all my might may love to work and learn. From thee streams light and strength, to thee rise love and thanks. A verse by Rudolf Steiner.